So, we all know smoking is bad for us. I mean, that's not exactly news, right? But what if I told you that the most serious damage, the stuff that really matters, is completely invisible? Today, we're going to go way beyond the obvious cough and look at the cold, hard data to see what's really happening inside your body when you smoke.
Just think about that for a second. What if you could actually pull back the curtain and see the real story your body is telling? I'm not talking about the stuff you can feel, but the silent changes that are happening deep inside, right this very minute. That's exactly what we're going to dig into.
And that little word "yet" is the key, because the most significant damage, well, it happens silently. It builds up long before you ever notice any major symptoms. It's this unseen damage that we really need to get a handle on.
So, let's do it. Let's uncover that secret story. We're going to follow the chain reaction that smoking or vaping or even shisha use kicks off inside you. It creates this whole cascade of changes that, honestly, most people are completely unaware of.
Okay, so it all starts right here, at a microscopic level. You know those chemicals you inhale? They don't just hang out in your lungs. No way. They get absorbed right into your bloodstream and start messing with its chemistry. This is step one, the invisible first domino to fall.
And that change in your blood, it triggers a response, inflammation. Now, this isn't like when you twist your ankle and it swells up. This is a low-grade, constant fire burning inside your blood vessels. And that's a huge deal, because that chronic inflammation can lead to hardened arteries, which is one of the main roads to a heart attack or a stroke.
The stress doesn't just stop in your arteries either. It spreads out to your most vital organs. Your heart, your liver, your kidneys. They're all forced to work overtime, 24/7, just trying to filter out all this new junk. It's a relentless hidden strain that they are constantly under.
And here's the kicker. The smoke contains this nasty stuff called carboxyhemoglobin. You can think of it like a bully that shoves oxygen out of its seat on your red blood cells. So those cells can't carry a full load of oxygen anymore. That means every single part of your body, from your brain to your toes, is being slowly starved of the fuel it needs to work properly.
So you're probably thinking, okay, if all this damage is silent, how on earth am I supposed to see it? Well, that's where this tool comes in. It's basically designed to be a detailed health report card to show you exactly what's going on under the hood.
And what makes this so powerful is the incredible level of detail. We're talking about an 18-parameter diagnostic overview. This isn't just one or two numbers. It's a really comprehensive snapshot of your internal health.
So, what is this thing really? Well, the Smoking Impact Panel is a screening test that's been scientifically designed to check for the specific risks that come from smoking, vaping, and yep, even shisha use. And that's so important. This isn't just for cigarette smokers, because a lot of the same toxins are involved across the board.
Now, you might be thinking, hey, doesn't my regular yearly checkup cover all this? And the short answer is probably not. A standard checkup is great for your general health, for sure, but it can easily miss these very specific early warning signs. This panel, on the other hand, is different. It's like a specialized detective sent in to hunt for the specific biochemical footprints that smoking leaves behind. Okay, let's pull back that curtain again and decode this data. What are these 18 different markers actually looking for? I know it might sound complicated, but when you break it down, it's actually pretty straightforward.
This table gives you a fantastic overview. You can see the panel is grouped into these key areas. First, it looks at your heart and stroke risk, and see that hs-CRP marker? That's the one that checks for the silent inflammation we were just talking about. It also checks a specific cancer risk marker. It looks at how well your vital organs, your liver and kidneys, are holding up. It directly measures your tobacco exposure. And finally, it gives you a big picture view of your overall blood health with a complete blood count. It's a true 360-degree view.
So, who should be thinking about this? Well, obviously, current smokers, vapors, or shisha users. But it's also incredibly valuable for former smokers who want to see how their body is recovering. It's great for anyone with a family history of related conditions, and even for people who just want to get a clear picture of their health before they start their journey to quit.
Okay, so you get the test, you get all this data, then what? This part is so important. This is not about scaring you with a bunch of numbers. It's about empowering you with information so you can take that data and turn it into real, meaningful action for your health.
And this, right here, is the core idea. There is something about seeing your own personal health data right there in black and white that can be a total game changer. It takes a vague worry and turns it into something clear and measurable. And that can be an incredibly powerful push for change.
You know, the power of knowing really boils down to these four things. You get to finally see that hidden damage, you can quantify your real exposure, you establish a health baseline to track your progress, and you get that solid motivation you might need to make a positive change.
And here's some good news. Getting ready for the test is super simple. As you can see, you just need to fast for a little while, but water's fine. Stay hydrated, maybe skip that intense gym session the day before, and just make sure to tell the person taking your blood about any medications you're on. It's such a small step for some incredibly valuable info.
And all of this brings us to the most important part of the conversation, because once you have that data, you are officially back in the driver's seat of your own health. The choice of what to do next, that's all yours. Now, it's really crucial to understand this point. This panel is a screening tool. The results aren't a final diagnosis of anything. Think of them more like vital clues or signposts about your health.
And that's their real purpose. They are the perfect starting point for a truly effective, informed conversation with your doctor. You can walk in with this data, and together, you can build a health plan that is personalized and exactly right for you.
Ultimately, this is what it's all about. The entire goal is to trade in that vague background anxiety you might have about your health for the confidence and power that comes from having real knowledge. It's about moving from simply worrying to actively knowing.
So, the data can show you exactly where you stand, right here, right now. The only real question left is, what are you going to do with that knowledge? What will your next chapter look like? The power to write it is completely in your hands.